Hello, everyone. It's been a while since the last TMP. Trying to record all the videos that are in the list. It's about a year old videos. So this is going to be a catch-up TMP. I'm going to not have any guests. There is going to just be me, and hopefully I'm going to go through all the old videos just so we can clear all the old videos that are backlogged in the TMP list. There is going to be all kinds of videos, and in the background you're seeing Digger playing on a server named Hecate, just as a nice overlay, so that basically spectating him. He's just basically doing stuff, and I asked him if I could just take recordings of it. What I will do is just go through the list really quickly and just explain a little bit quick about each video from all the technical Minecrafters out there. There's a little bit for everyone, Door community, Redstone community, and all that stuff. So I'll start going through the list, and it's going to be a quick and short description of the videos. So I will just explain them as I go down the list. The first video is from Mood Immense. He made like a interesting contraption where he uses pistons to push the minecarts upwards so that they can jump over a small gap. And he made a little bit of an interesting change to how the pickup of the minecart is done underneath crop farms, so that there's a gap sometimes in between where because of the water, and he gets around that with this new trick that he used with the piston to make the minecart jump a little bit. And the next one is from Sir Sinatium, and it's basically XY or for like what we call him on Hecate. He's actually a member of Hecate as well, the server that is being shown on video, and he's a really good slime. He's a really good slime stoner, and from what I gather, he's going to soon release another video that is going to be really interesting. And he basically shows two-way flying machines that are 3.3 blocks per second. Also, just regular two-way flying machines. Two different videos in this list, and those are his videos. The next one is from GPW. He shows the more improved version of KK's 99.7% efficient witch farm, which basically shifts the floor to let the witches drop. But instead of letting the witches drop, he makes them drop in a very in the narrow gap where the witches are standing, instead of the whole shifting floor going forth and back, making it a little bit more efficient. And next up is the video from me, the mini permaloader. This is a permaloader based on beacon loading. It's a very old video, but as said before, I'm going through the list of videos that are very old, and it's just basically a brief explanation of how permaloading can be done using beacons. The next one is from Comet 107. He basically shows his 348 village iron farm. A really nice one is a double stacking, and he explains it in really detail. So it's a really good video. If you're interested in iron farms, go check it out. And next one is the 3000 sub special and the end cannon. That's also my video, and it was just basically a sub special for all the subscribers that I had, and I just wanted to show the cool 360 or end cannon. It was made back in 2017. Never published, but I published it with the 6000 sub special. The next video from TDL, the FE5, which has 2049 villages. It's exactly one village bigger than the old record holder of 2048 at the time. This village iron farm has been, of course, beaten by today's standards, but it was cutting edge back then. And TDL, as always, makes really nice edits. Made a really nice video, so it's short and really well edited. Go check it out. And the next one is from GPW, the side acceleration creeper farm. That was basically a collaboration from many different people. GPW made a really nice video. He showcases the creeper farm that was designed by me, Kaylee, Russian Machine, and GP himself, and he then compares the creeper farm that is based on portals to other creeper farms, general creeper farms, even RNG farms This is a very efficient farm, which is basically the new revolution in mob farming because of how efficient you can make RNG farms. No, sorry, portal farms. And the next one is from Melon BP, a very cool what is it called? A Rubik's cube that he made just using um, plain old pistons and conveyors and such like. A very interesting device where he makes the Rubik's cube rotate, and the piston conveying is done around in a loop. Um, that it looks like a perfect cube with a very compact redstone. I was very impressed by this video, and it doesn't use any command blocks as he describes in the title. The next one is from Spacewalker. He uses a bunch of 3x3 doors, very cool. Um, Basically, he shows the tutorial of his super fast 3x3 door, which he also has an edit, I think, further down the list here. We will get to that one a little bit. Next one is from Myron Yurio. Myron always has a bad video quality, but also always shows very interesting, cool, quirky bugs that are related usually to pistons. In this video, just as Myron Uriel is the holder of all the quirky bugs related to pistons, he actually shows off one more ghost block mechanic that he uses an ender chest to make strange things happen. Go check that video out. It's a really quirky thing if you're into quirky little bugs related to different piston mechanics. The next one is from Lord John, 25, from the Prototech server. He makes a parrot farm, basically a parrot farm that you can find in jungles. It was a really interesting video where he shows how he uses the parrot's AI that follows a chicken. I didn't know about that myself. That makes the chicken go towards or the parrot goes towards the chicken, and then he uses portals and whatnot. It's a really cool farm. I actually was surprised by how interesting this farm was. Not many people have ever made a parrot farm, so he made one, and the video is really cool. Just go and check it out. Next one is from Fallen Breath, the 20 blocks per second Pearl elevator, based on Pearl alignment. Really nice if you want to make a Pearl elevator. So this is the one from Fallen, and really nice, well edited video as well. Next video is from Muri Mi. I think this must be. I'm not really sure, but I believe he must come from the Chinese community, where he shows a really strange and quirky mechanic where he makes pistons extend without using quasi connectivity. I didn't fully understand because of the language barrier, of course, but if you know if you can speak Chinese, you can probably understand the description as well. But I don't know how he manages to pull it off. But he makes a piston wall that extends every other piston without getting the quasi connectivity problem that can plague a flat wall that is powered from behind. Really cool showcase for that device that he has. The next one is from Baka Duo. He uses a very cool 11 by 11 door that opens. This is a long video where the 11 by 11 door is a flush seamless door. If you're into doors, this is a really cool one. So there's a very cool redstone behind it and such, and well edited as usual. The door community always have very well edited videos. Next one is from Sergio Torres, where he shows off his 97 village iron farm, and really nice edit, and also works for all the versions except for the 14 and upwards, of course. This is the old 12 or 12, 13 and below version of iron farms. The next one from Comet, his 1000 sub special. Congrats, Comet, on the 1000 sub special, on the 1000 subscribers. He shows off his what is it called? A poor man's Korea, I believe he referred to it. a really cool quarry that basically goes up and down from above and doesn't need any preparation, and is a very simple and very elegant quarry that just is basically specialized to quarry in the mesa, and almost can be built at almost the beginnings of any tech server. So I think if you're if you want to just build a quarry and you're not willing to spend too much time and energy building one of those giant quarries that you have probably seen built on other servers, maybe most famously on SideCraft, then this is probably the quarry that you should go check out and build. Comet is based mainly from the Prototech server, so I'm pretty sure there is going to be a video maybe from Razeworks where they build this quarry in the Prototech server. Unless I haven't followed Razeworks, which I shouldn't be commenting on it. Maybe they already have. And KK, next video is from KK, a bat farm of 2,500 bats per hour. A really nice farm, and always, as always, KK makes fantastic edits, and I would recommend just check out his videos just because of the well editing. Next video is Eli's Flower Farm, a really nice edited video. With a really nice song. I really liked it. Even if flower farms have been shown before, this one was really nice, and a new design and a nice edit from Eli. Go check out his flower farm video. And the next one is Nerdy Hoy, and a very unknown technical player that managed to take the side acceleration creeper farm and redesign it and make a general side acceleration mob farm. Very impressive for someone that haven't ever made any other videos. Made a really cool, well edited video. He basically pulled a Pala Pala where he just shows up out of nowhere and makes a really cool edited video with really cool content. I would definitely go check that video out. It was really impressive when that was released. Everyone was a little bit shocked about who this person might be. Maybe we all thought it was maybe one of the other tech players that just went by an alias, but it wasn't. He was actually a real person that we actually contacted. It was really interesting when that video showed up. We were basically working in parallel on a similar mob farm. The next video is 1 second here. Oh yeah. 756, one of the Chinese members from TIS, is a Chinese server. Really cool cannon, which can be adjusted to shoot an arrow in all the 360 degrees, in not just in the horizontal plane, but also in the vertical plane. So he uses the cannon to shoot and a target that is sitting on top of a board, and using this arrow mechanic, he basically aims and shoots the exact point on a board. I really don't understand how they managed to pull that off. The arrow must be very specially aligned, and then it must be falling, and they managed to somehow squeeze in a TNT in multiple angles to shoot the arrow in all the axes of the both in Z, X, and the Y axis. Really cool stuff, and also the video is really well edited, so I would definitely check that one out. Spacewalker, this is what the video we was talking about earlier. This is it shows here on this list again. He shows off his 0.3 second 3x3 door that opens really fast, and also Spacewalker is always editing his videos really well. And then the next video is from KK, where they're building the brewing complex that is done on the Dugged server. Really well edited, and I actually like this video where there isn't many videos from Dugged, and this is one of the videos where they edited and showed off the brewing complex they've designed on Creative. The next one is Russian Machines video. Is basically the mob farm that me and Russian Machine worked on, the side acceleration general mob farm, which was actually the second side acceleration general mob farm because of the Nerdy Hoy beating us to the punch. And this is the mob farm that Russian Machine had an idea of a really cool way to side accelerate them, basically the same idea that Nerdy Hoy had before us. and then we published it just a couple of days later. A really good explanation of the video of how the mob farm works. So if you're interested in really fast mob farms using portals, that is the video. And the next one is from 756 again, with a fast disk sorter for Minecraft. So if you want to sort your disks, this is the way to do it. You right click the disks and he sorts them in a special way. Really cool. And the next one is from High Back. He shows the mob farm that basically was shown in TIS, the TNT system that was using TNT to blow up mobs, and as in a really low sub chunk, a 200,000 single dimension TNT system mob farm using TNT duping. Really cool. This have been shown before with on TIS, but this is a different version of it. And the next video in the list is Eli's double speed or twice hopper speed furnace array with a really nice edit. Eli has really simplistic Minecraft textured edits, really well edited with a good song and everything. Next one after that comes Seth Bling's Minecraft Earth Early Access. He basically shows off the new Minecraft early access content that is going to be the Minecraft Earth. It is basically the new game that Minecraft is going to be releasing. They showed it off in the panels. By now, I think there's a couple of people that have tested it. They also played it on Minecraft. What is it called? The last Minecraft Minecon, where they showed off the game where you play it on your mobile phone. Seth Bling did a bunch of redstone contraptions and showed it off. It was really cool. It's basically what the next Minecraft is with VR sets and VR technology. And he shows off a bunch of ways where he plays the game. After that comes Alugia Fast Useless Machine. The simple useless machine that basically, when you turn on the lever, the machine turns itself off. So it's basically a really cool useless machine. He made a video about it. The next person on the list is a person I can't really read. His name is, I think it's Chinese, but I'm not sure. Automatic multiple bedrock remover. It's the first 14 automated bedrock removing that is basically automatic, and this is the new revolutionary tech that is based on the new piston mechanics that was previously thought to be difficult, and here they made a machine that can take out a strip of 4 blocks and remove bedrock by using piston mechanics. Really cool stuff. I really liked the video as well. So that was a kind of a revolution, that this technology is not possible, and they made a flying machine for it as well. And the next one is a video from Comet, his missile defense, the 2.0. He actually showed this missile defense to me. It's a really complicated contraption. Sadly, it's not practical for survival, but it's a really cool contraption. It's basically a system. He built a redstone contraption that can detect how high a flying machine is, and then he uses the 3D or three-dimensional TNT calculations to shoot TNT and hit the flying machine that is flying in the air. Very cool stuff. I really liked it. That if you want to see some really cool complex flying machines from Comet, just check that video out. He also I think explains it. The next one is an example. He shows how rails can be used to block explosions and using the rail mechanics to make piston heads and whatnot. Really simple and elegant as that examples videos are, where he describes quirky Minecraft behaviors. After that comes Russian Machines Unbreakable donut farm, basically the pigman farm, based on agromechanics. This is Mango's donut farm. He basically improved it significantly and made it unbreakable, because if I remember, there was issues on Prototech, not Prototech, Bismuth, where the donut farm was unloaded because people kept crashing, and then when the contraption crashed, it would basically break. And here he shows an improvement on the system that Mango made, which this version is unbreakable, which is really nice. He also explained how it works and everything. The next video after that is Setthlings. The slime, the multiple slime, the colored slime, I would describe it as. I mean, we saw this in the next, or in the 14, like when, no, the 15 release with the honey blocks. So basically, two blocks that don't connect to each other. But in this video, Sethbling shows multiple colors, so you can have colored slime blocks. Where he makes a mod and showcases like a way to have multiple colored slime blocks that don't connect to each other, and then he shows how incredible machines he can make with this cool slime stone contraptions and whatnot. Uh, and then luckily this video probably inspired Mojang to make the honey block changes that was later in 15. The next video is from Ray's Works. He uses the minecart and a fishing hook that he spam clicks using a clicker, and you can fly with this. It's a cool trick that it was discovered that you could basically fly without using any elytras. Probably useful for speedruns, maybe. I'm not sure. So currently, no one has really found a good use for it. But using a clicker, you could basically fly without any elytras. Kind of cool for survival, to be honest. And then the next one is Pi's video from 1.14. He's basically back with another AI a contraption where he can control the AI of mob farms to check if the player is placing blocks or not using zombies, like the back in the day where he figured out a way to abuse the AI for for various reasons to manipulate or I would if I remember it was a block update detection. Next video is from one of the Chinese community. His name is Game Payayomo. Sorry if I'm butchering the name. It's basically the raid mechanics that was introduced in 1.14, where he uses a quirky mechanic with raid function to get an incredibly large number of mobs to spawn, or the raid mobs that are basically the illagers that spawn. There was a couple of contraptions, but his contraption is probably the most impressive, where he manages to get an incredibly large amount of emeralds from this mob farm, where he uses the raid mechanic of these illagers, and he showcases it in a video, and it's quite impressive. The video where the incredible amount of raids that he actually gets at the same time. Then next video is from One Tick Pulse, where he shows the a baby and adult mobs, what is called villager sorter, so you can sort out your villagers using a contraption that he shows. Is a 100% reliable one, so something for I don't know for farming villagers if you want to make the new 1.14 villager breeder systems. And after that comes CCS Covenant CCS Covenant's Vex suppressor. So he basically figured out a way to prevent Vex from that are cast by these invokers, I think, to reach any of the contraptions or any entities, like for example a Iron Golem. So it's probably related to the 1.14 stuff that is going on, where Vexes can cause issues for contraptions, and he shows a way to suppress them. And the next video is a really interesting tunnel bore using withers in the end by Jing R.S. Lin, one of the Chinese members, where he shows a way to make a really simple wither tunnel bore. Go check that video out. The next video is from me, the Sand Quarry. This is a contraption that me and Robbie worked on. This is like the old school Pala Pala quarry that was redesigned for used on a server where they don't use TNT duping. So it gets a little bit complicated if you want to quarry sand. You can, because it's a falling block. You can make it fall, but then you can't get rid of the blocks that are not falling, and those blocks you have to somehow get rid of them. Then we figured out a way to push them into the sky, and this way you could actually run a quarry through the world and create this really beautiful landscape. The and also not use any TNT duping. Sadly, their plans, the plans to for making this quarry was kind of scratched, but still, the video was really well like made and all that, and hopefully we published it after many months of the quarry being finished. The next one is from One Tick Pulse, a zero tick block teleportation that has been shown before, but in 1.14. This is a 1.14 version. So he uses the tile tick, tile entity update loop, and somehow manages to teleport a block really fast. Really cool edit too as well in a video. Next video is from Ed Example, and he explains spooky sounds. Really good explanation for how Minecraft spooky sounds work. So if you want to know about spooky sounds, look at that video. The next video is from Odysseus. A new slime stoner was that impressed us all when the video came out, where he shows off his new contraption, where it basically is a contraption that um, doesn't use any TNT duping. It basically takes blocks in front of it and transports it behind it, and then places those blocks behind the flying machine, and somehow behaves like a caterpillar that can sort of tunnel through the world without any block deletion. So it takes blocks from the front and puts it in the back. Very large contraption as well, and really cool contraption. It's one of the most impressive flying machines. Definitely worth watching that video. Fallen Breath's 3-axis arrow aligner, he actually explains it in this video, where how the 3-dimensional arrow alignment can be done with TNT and shot with very high accuracy. Really cool edit, really cool explanation. So that explanation is for the people that actually want to try to get into arrow alignments or other type of entity projectile alignments. And the next video is from Xerox. This is a project that's been ongoing, and I think they finished it. But they actually managed to reach the world border in one of the streams. But in this video, I think he shows a way improvements he made on the system, and also how they're getting closer to the world border. So definitely worth to watch if you're interested in understanding how the Prototex world what is it called flying machines that can connect a portal to the world end is done. He uses both RNG manipulation, fast flying machines, and they travel thousands and thousands of blocks all the way to the world border, and then connect a gateway that can be linked from the world border all the way to the 0 in almost at the edges, like at about 1,000 blocks away from 0. So an instant transportation to the world border. Really cool stuff. When I was following Xerox, it was really impressive. Most people don't fully understand it, but he tries to at least explain it in this video. The next two videos from Aluigia7. He shows off two really cool doors, one 7x7 and one 8x8, and they're really fast as well, and they're seamless and all that. So if you want to make a really big door, these are two cool, well-edited videos about doors. And then the next one is Fallen Breath's space railgun. Really, I must say, this is a really well-edited video. This is based on the Never Forget video that was released by me, but by a couple of years ago, and he makes a 13 version of it and kills the dragon with a really cool contraption. It was so well edited. After that comes a zero time ling explosion based dark oak farm. It's basically a mob, no, not a mob farm. What am I saying? A tree farm that basically uses many explosions. So it's a dark oak farm that uses the TNT explosions in the future versions, where I think the TNT blasts don't blow up any of the blocks. All of the items drop from explosions. So he actually makes a really nice dark oak tree farm from this. After that comes another tree farm from Land Mining, and it's the 4 game tick birch farm that produces 60,000 birch logs per hour using no dust. So it's a dustless version of a tree farm, which makes it super lag efficient. A video made by Land Mining, I believe this tree farm was also developed together with Kaylee. So it was Kaylee and Land Mining that basically made this farm together, and it was published on Land Mining's channel. And I believe later we will also see another video from Kaylee that also is another tree farm that was they also worked on it together, a collaboration, and showed 2 videos on 2 different channels. They show and explain really well how this new dustless tree farming technique is working, and is very lag efficient and really cool. And it's also starting to hit that level of tree farms where nothing can be improved with the tree farmings. The next one is from Odysseus, yet another really cool flying machine that is completely slimeless, and is using he made a horizontal flying machine that is slimeless, and it's really interesting. No one has been able to do this. There was always theories that this would be possible, and it's now possible with the observers. And he shows off this flying machine that is sideways. None of us thought that this would be possible, but he actually pulled it off. Really cool stuff from Modicius. And next one is from Modicius as well. He uses shows off a really large flying cube. It really looks really cool, and a really nice video to showcase this cube as well. Stritch Coder shows in this video a two-way flying machine that is completely transparent. It doesn't have any blocks on it on the flying machine that can prevent any skylight changes. So this is a really cool contraption, flying machine contraption that's been theorized, but he actually shows it off here, where he uses detector rails to power the flying machine instead of using observers and redstone blocks. The next video is from KK. The packed ice world generation system that they use to generate huge ice spikes from like that can be generated in the snowy areas. This has always been theorized, but no one actually made a video on it. And KK shows off a really well edited video of how Doug actually makes the ice spike machine. And then they also quarry. It's using a simple quarry that without any TNT duping that Doug is really famous for. Then the next video is from CS I'm butchering this name. CS Wert, where he shows the 4-way flying machine that he built in Minecraft. It's a really cool machine that you can use to fly for all 4 directions by stopping it and starting it. It was always an interesting thing that people actually wanted to make a flying machine that you can just sit on, and then you could transport in all four cardinal directions just using a flying machine where you can stop and start it. We will later see an improvement on the flying machine that CS Word will actually make another video that is in the list. And this is the video that was basically done by Hop. He takes the CS Word's flying machine and makes it 6-way, which is a contraption he adds to the flying machine to make it 6-way. So using stations. So you can actually fly in all 6 directions from a single flying machine. This has been always theorized, always people wanted to do this. So it's a really cool contraption that for the first time someone actually pulled it off, like a proper flying machine that you can go in not only on the 4 horizontal directions, but also in the 2 vertical directions. But he uses a station, so maybe there is still a chance for improvement. So someone can probably make a complete 6-directional flying machine that you can ride. And the next one is from Ilmango. He shows off his compact 4-way flying machine. A really cool device that he actually like a really cool engine that you can actually use to fly in all the 4 directions. The next one is from Sethling. He creates the game Limbo in Minecraft. It's a really cool contraption. He uses like the black ink that is blinding the player, and it creates this weird shader effect. And he uses the shader effect to create this game called Limbo, which is a stick guy that walks around and just using command blocks. Of course, he uses command blocks to achieve this, but still, what he achieves is like a really cool game within Minecraft, which you actually can download and play. Check out the video if you're interested. Kaylee shows off the Dark Oak 4-game tick tree farm, which produces 55k Dark Oak. And this is, I believe, also worked with land mining. They show the 2 tree farms, which has been mentioned before, and this is the Dark Oak version of the Dustless tree farm. Really cool that they actually managed to make a fast Dark Oak tree farm. I'm not sure if it's possible to beat these 2 tree farms that they have made. We will see. Maybe someone in the future will make an improvement. But so far, these are the best tree farms for Dark Oak and Birch. And the next one is a video from Burgold, a highly automatic 4-way flying machine, which is basically an improvement on Mango's 4-way flying machine. So he basically manages to change it slightly to make it 4-way. Next video is from Robot. He shows his furnace array, which can be modular from 15 to 200, 120 furnaces. And it's a really cool trick he uses to transport items in droppers. So if you need a furnace, that's a video for you. Next video is from Coolman. It's the instant tile tick scheduling bug where he uses the update suppression. It's a very interesting bug. A lot of us thought this bug would actually had never thought this type of bug would be possible. He somehow generates a chunk and update suppresses at the same time to create this unique situation where there is booleans or hidden flags in the game code that allows for special events to happen, and then he basically keeps them turned on because during the population, it's a technical description of basically turning on and turning off instant tile ticks. So you can make crazy contraptions behave like you can make repeaters and comparators behave differently, falling blocks falling instantly. Really cool bug. You should definitely check that one out if you want to look into really cool quirky bugs that you can actually toggle on, and also really useful for spawn bedrock removing. So actually not just useless, it's actually really useful in survival as well. Aluija 7, also another door video, at this time a 9x9, a really fast one as well. So check that one out. It's a really well edited video as well. The door community always have like these really fancy, well edited. And the next one as well from Spacewalker, he shows off his 5x5 door. I think it's a collaboration from him and a couple other people that made this door. That is 1.13 plus. The next video is from Comets. This is Comet's 3-way bedrock breaker, which was revolutionary when it came out. He basically worked on this flying machine for about a week, had no issues with it, and made this really large but really cool contraption that can break bedrock in 3 directions. He beat me to the punch. I'm happy that he actually released his made the bedrock breaker. This motivated me to actually finish the bedrock breaker that had been sitting for collecting dust for about a year. The next video is from Robot, a video where he shows off a quirky bug where mobs can spawn on the block 36 in 1.14. That I'm not sure if this bug has been patched or if it's still around, but this will show improvements to witch farms that can be used to mob what is called make the witch farms that uses shifting floors to be made efficient. So it is a little bit quirky bug, but it seems interesting. Hopefully this bug is still around. Pineapple Cake shows us a simple block update suppression system using an arrow. And this is an old Minecraft version of 1.7, but you can actually use this block system in 1.7 to create these strange block update systems where you can play around with it. It causes a client-side crash, but still, he shows off a couple of contraptions that you can use it in 1.7 to make a couple of contraptions that wasn't really shown before. So it was really cool that discoveries in the old Minecraft versions are also possible. And the next video is from Mango. He uses a special kind of property in the hoppers where if there is 2 items in the hopper, the hopper doesn't get a cooldown. So he abuses this new a new concept of unlocking hoppers in a special order to transfer items within one game tick instead of the 8 game ticks, making hopper transfers 8 times more efficient than the previous versions. So it's really cool. Like he uses this feature too, so you can actually check it out. And then he uses the hoppers to transfer items much faster than regular hoppers. The next video is from CCS Covenant, where he shows the uh, fastest wither skeleton farm. I think it's 1.14. Yes, a new wither skeleton farm that is much faster than the previous ones. But really cool. Like these really large mob farms, wither skeleton mob farms are always like put so much effort into them, and the video is really well edited as well. Then the next video is the 3-way bedrock breaker that I worked on with a collaboration with so many people. I must thank them. There was XYOR that was involved, Pingu mainly. He helped immensely, and there was a lot more people in that list. That if you want to watch the video, just check out the credits at the end as well. There is so many people that actually worked on the 3-way bedrock breaker. It was a 3-year-old project, and finally was finished. So glad that project is over. Next video is from Ilmango, the ultimate wireless redstone. This was an old this is really interesting how old Minecraft is. This is like how amazing this game is, that its inventions are invented. Oh, I just noticed that I have a video up on the screen. There is inventions that are invented and then forgotten and then being reinvented, and just showing the immense depth of this game. In this video, Mango shows the wireless wolf technique that can be used, where if you log into Minecraft, the wolf will stand up, and if you log off, the wolf will sit down. And he uses this trick, which haven't ever been shown, or anyone have ever actually used to make a wireless system. I really was impressed by this. A wireless system to actually use in combination with a Pearl stasis to basically transport instantly to your stasis chamber, and he uses a contraption that can actually be made survival friendly as well. So it's basically a survival friendly stasis chamber that can be used with combination of a wireless system. Very impressive. Like I really like this video. Go check it out if you want to make something impressive with that. Like a wireless system based on wolf mechanics. Crafty. Next one is a crafty Masterman. How he made a video on neural networks. This is something that I don't fully understand, but he basically made a system that can detect like how you shape a block. I think he used neural network systems. Not fully understand it exactly, but it's a really interesting contraption that can understand shapes and differences between shapes. And he basically made a redstone contraption out of it. Very impressive. If you want to see something like this, something with redstone contraption, and like that is based on some mechanics of redstone, check that video out. The next one is a video from KK. He shows off the Sark mod that that I think Roby worked on it mainly, which is basically a replay mod client that logs in and records any players when there is mining or any other activity going on, which can later be used for replay mod edits, long replay mod edits. And I think that video and this mod deserves a little bit more attention, because this basically opens up the options to just have this bot running on your server, and you can make really cool long edits from digging or other projects that take really long. So it's a really cool mod that you should actually check it out if you want to like make really long replay mod edits. The next video is from Geosquare, and he beats Minecraft without using any items, which is really impressive. But the video, if you haven't seen any of the speedrunning videos from the speedrunning community, this is worth a watch. Like he makes basically in a really long video manages to beat the dragon at the end without using a single item. And if you want to see how he pulls it off, that's a video for you. Next video in the list is Myron Yurio's 1.14 ghost block generators. Myron Yurio has made many ghost block generator videos, and this is probably one of them in the long run. And in this time, he actually shows how to use them in 1.14, which is something that has been like change. The piston mechanics have changed yet again in 1.14, so he actually shows off how to make them in 1.14 as well. And then Alugia again with another door with a 1.4 4x4. This time he uses these new slime mechanics in 1.15. The next video on the list is from Il Mango, and this is an item sorter that basically can perfectly sort items that is sorted between two different chests. So if you need a sorter that is perfectly sorting, this is a really cool contraption. Red's Shadow shows off the mushroom farm, which is a really impressive mushroom farm, a large contraption, and he shows the layout and really well edited as well. That it was designed by, but I'm not sure exactly if it was only him or it was a collaboration with others. Zoom Strike is one of the slime stoners. He has shown off one of the diagonal flying machines, a diagonal engine, an interesting flying machine engine that is flying in the diagonal. Yun is a tree farmer, an old school tree farmer, and in the next video, he on the list he shows off the tree farm concepts for a 2x2 tree farm. Then after that comes the Fallen Breaths Dark Oak Tree Farm, which is a 6.4K Dark Oak Tree Farm, which is really impressive, fast. Which is, I think, it was Magic Riding's tree farm. I think he showcases on his channel. The next one is from GPW, a simple, simpler dupers and improving the TNT compression. To be honest, it's not a simple duper. This is a really cool duper that was like made by GP. He somehow figures out a way to accelerate TNT and compress more TNT than ever was before with a stationary duper to make, for example, TNT cannons in 1.12 possible. Then comes CC Covenant's compact fast Widow Killer that he shows off. I think it's in the future versions of Minecraft. And after that comes KK's Ghast Farm. A really cool, large, yet again, a fortress. It's similar to a fortress farm where it's instead farms ghasts. Really large contraption and showcased a really nice, well edited video. Then Matthew Bolan is Matthew is actually one of the speedrunners, and he does a lot of cool math, and he shows off how to seed crack, so he can basically generate Minecraft seeds with that has repeating patterns, and it's really complex topic. He tries to at least like make it understandable for the general audience of how seed generation of for how Minecraft seed generation works, and he uses really complex mathematics to look for vulnerabilities in the system and how he can exploit them, how he actually figures out how to exploit them as well. And in the next video from Walter is a counter that is counting the counting by using sand. It's a really cool contraption that is 1.15 plus for counting using sand blocks, and it's a computer that he basically shows how to build as well with a nice tutorial. And then comes Mango, which shows off how he makes a flying machine, a two-directional flying engine that is is an improvement on a flying engine that he had published way before, where you can sit in a minecart and you can drive it forwards, or this time you can even fly it backwards with the new slime mechanics of how rails behave in the future versions of Minecraft. Then next is a video from Aurelia, and this is from the same server that we are seeing here on the pictures. This is a video from him showing off the new slime farm. It's a new slime farm technique that he shows up in a really cool and really well edited video as well. I think it's a portal farm that he uses to send the slime directly into the portals and into the nether, and there is a killing chamber at the nether side as well. The next video is from Fallen Breath, where he uses a dustless a universal tree farm. This time is a dustless version of the same tree farms that has been in the list, and I think Land Mining Kaylee has been worked on. And here Fallen Breath actually makes a dustless version of the universal tree farm, which takes all the trees and combines them and makes a dustless version of it. Pretty impressive that this dustless technique actually gets finally like a universal version of it as well. And then Cheslock shows off the furnace array. I think he works on with Eli as well. And this is the 384 furnace array that is really efficient and really impressive with a impressive editing as well. The next one is from Trouble, also a Hekata member that shows off the video that Aurelia showed off earlier, but this time he explains the storage system's display system. He uses a really complex contraption or a comparator clock system to keep track of the exact amount of items that are in the storage, or not exact, but some like to an approximation, like how many items that are in the storage. Next video is from El Mango. This is his 420,000 subscriber special, where he, of course, makes a really nice dark oak tree farm that is using a single player, and he uses many modules and combines them into a gigantic tree farm complex. So he shows this off in his 420k subscriber special. Next video is from GPW, and this is another Wither Killer, which is really fast, which is 16 game ticks Wither Killer. That can be worked for all the versions from 11 to all the way up in the future versions. There is then yet again GPW's tree farm, spruce tree farm, 330,000 logs per hour, really impressive, dustless as well. And yet again, Matthew Bolan, or Matthew, that is one of the speedrunners, shows a really interesting way to exploit the vulnerability of the seeds yet again in his video, and he tries to explain how he and collaboration with a bunch of other people from the Monkeys server collaborate to crack one of the oldest seeds in one of the Let's Plays from not really remembering the Let's Player that was making videos back in the day, and they managed to crack and get the seed that he actually played on, which is really cool. Like such an old, outdated Let's Play, and they managed to crack the seed for it. And then comes Eli's double speed dustless Wither Killer, which is also another Wither Killer. Really nice, well edited. Always Eli makes really cool and well edited videos. Just check out if you want to see another really nice edit from Eli. And next video in the list, experimental idea, I think his name is. He shows off really deep analytical analysis between hopper lines and dropper lines, and he compares them in a really like as close to scientific as you probably possibly can get in Minecraft, and shows off how he compares the two systems, comparing them and lag testing both of them in the future versions to see which one is actually better, and he comes up with a really nice conclusion at the very end of it. So if you want to see like a really good analysis of lag testing two different systems, then you should definitely check out this video. The next video is from One Tick Pulse, where he shows off a two-way flying machine, a really slow two-way flying machine. So he uses the new honey block mechanics to actually make really slow flying machines that are two-way. And last on the list, we have Covenant's improved 6 game tick bee nest farm, which uses 100 bee nests per bees per. Yeah, he makes like a bee nest farm that is based on the 1.15 farm mechanics. If you want to check that video out, that's the last video on the list. That was that was a lot of videos. So this video is basically, for me, I'm doing it solo without any guests or anything. So just because we are trying to get the large list of videos that have been piling up. There's probably been like one TMP from like a year ago or so. So now there's like a large list of videos that needs to be flushed out. Next time, hopefully, there will be a guest, and we will have a more chill approach to talking about the videos. And there is a couple of more videos in the list. So hopefully next time I'm not going to rush through the videos the way that I'm rushing through them right now, and we can have a little bit more chill approach, chatting about each video individually. Hopefully, you guys will hear from us again. Bye.